Today, you started learning English. After some time, you stopped. Then you started again, and later you stopped once more. This happened many times with many English learners. In the middle of all that starting and stopping, a quiet thought began to grow inside your mind. You may have started thinking, maybe the problem is me. Maybe I can't learn English well. But the real problem was not you. The reason you were not improving was that you did not practice English regularly. Learning a language takes time, and small daily practice helps you get better little by little. That specific feeling when you close your English book or close the YouTube app and tell yourself, tomorrow I will learn. Not lazily, genuinely. You really meant tomorrow. But tomorrow became next week became next month, and now you're wondering why nothing changed. It's not because you aren't trying. You are trying. You just don't know yet what trying is actually supposed to look like. Let me tell you about a boy named Ahmed. He was 19 years old and lived in a small rural town where life moved slowly and opportunities were very limited. Ahmed came from a middle-class family. His father and mother worked long hours in the fields every day just to provide food, shelter, and a simple life for their family. Ahmed watched his parents struggle every day. He saw the tired look on his father's face after hours of labor. Deep inside, he wanted to help them and give them a more comfortable life someday. Unlike many people who dream of becoming rich or famous, Ahmed's dream was simple. He wanted to learn English well enough to get a better job in the city. To others, it might not have seemed like a big dream, but to Ahmed, it represented a doorway to a different future. A future where he could earn more money and support his family. He didn't have expensive courses, private tutors, or the expensive laptops or mobile phone. He has his old phone. Every day, he tried to learn new words, practice speaking, and improve little by little. There were moments when he felt discouraged and wondered if he would ever succeed, but he refused to give up. It was a quiet, honest dream and hope living inside a young man who didn't have anything much. And sometimes, hope is all a person needs to take the first step toward changing their life. One day, Ahmed decided to download a language learning app on his old phone and began watching English lessons on YouTube at night. He bought a small notebook with a bright red cover from a corner shop near the market and carefully wrote every new word he learned inside it. Each page felt like a step toward his dream. For the first 2 weeks, Ahmed was unstoppable. Every evening after dinner, he sat in the same chair outside his house and studied for hours. He practiced speaking in front of the mirror, laughing at his own mistakes and trying again. While walking to the market, he repeated English words under his breath. Sometimes he even imagined himself having conversations with strangers in fluent English. He was genuinely excited, the kind of excitement that makes you think about your goal before you fall down and the moment you wake up. Then, his cousin came to visit and stayed for several days. Soon after, there was a family wedding that filled the house with guests, noise, and endless responsibilities. A few days later, Ahmed came home exhausted from work and told himself he would study tomorrow instead. Life didn't attack Ahmed. There was no dramatic failure, no major crisis, and no one telling him to quit. Life simply arrived the way it always does, quietly, carrying perfectly reasonable excuses, a family event, a busy week, a little tiredness, a little delay. One missed day became 3 days. 3 days became 7 days. And before Ahmed realized it, the notebook with the red cover was sitting untouched on a shelf, which was covered by full of dust. He stopped for 3 weeks. Not forever, just 3 weeks. But when he tried to open that red notebook, something felt different. The excitement was gone. The words he had learned felt distant. He opened the app and looked at it, then closed it again. Not because he didn't want to learn, but because he knew starting over felt harder than starting the first time. Ahmed was not lazy. He was not careless. He was not less intelligent than anyone else. What happened to him happens to almost every person who tries to learn something without understanding one simple truth. Motivation comes and goes like weather. Some mornings sunny, some mornings raining. But consistency, real consistency, has nothing to do with how the weather feels inside you. People hear the word consistency and immediately picture something impossible. Someone waking at 5 in the morning, studying 2 hours, never missing a single day, never tired, never distracted, perfectly disciplined. That picture is not real. And honestly, that picture is the exact reason so many people feel like failures before they even properly begin. Real consistency doesn't mean being perfect every day. It means showing up, even when it's difficult. It looks like studying for just 10 minutes after a long, exhausting day. It looks like practicing one sentence when you don't feel motivated. It looks like coming back after 3 weeks away and continuing where you left off instead of giving up. Real consistency isn't about never missing a day. It's about always returning. Near my grandmother's old house, there was a small, quiet river. In the middle of it, there was a single large rock. It was heavy, hard, and unmoving. That rock had been there for many years, maybe even hundreds. It looked permanent, like nothing in the world could change it. The river flowed around it every day, calm and steady. The water was soft and gentle, never rushing, never forcing anything. But it kept touching the rock again and again, day after day, year after year. Slowly, without noise or struggle, it began to break it. Not through power or force, but through patience and consistency. The rock didn't break in a moment. It changed little by little, because the water never stopped coming back. Here is what most people miss about small efforts. They feel meaningless at first. 10 minutes of practice feels too short. 5 new words feel like nothing. 1 sentence of speaking feels almost useless. Because in your mind, progress should look big and obvious. But your brain doesn't understand effort the way you do. It understands repetition. Every time you come back, even for a few minutes, even imperfectly, your brain takes notice, and slowly, without you realizing it, it starts building on it. Not because you did a lot at once, but because you kept coming back. Maybe your story isn't Ahmed's story. Maybe you stopped because someone laughed at your English, and that laugh is still living inside you somewhere. Maybe you stopped because you compared yourself to someone faster and felt small. Maybe life got genuinely heavy, with real problems, real pressure, and a heart carrying too much tension to learn a language. Whatever your reason, it was real. I'm not here to tell you that you wasted time. I'm here to tell you, the time is not gone. You can still walk back in. But before you go back, before you open any app or pick up any book, there is one thing that needs to change first. Not your schedule, not your word list, something quieter than that. You need to change what you believe consistency actually means. Because right now, somewhere inside you, consistency sounds like perfection. And perfection is what has been keeping you stuck all along. Think about this. When you were a child learning to walk, did you practice every single day without missing once? Did you have a schedule? Did you set an alarm? No. You just tried. You fell. You got up. You tried again the next day. Not because someone told you to be consistent. Because something inside you just kept going. That same something is still inside you. You didn't lose it. You just forgot it was there. So let me explain consistency in simplest way that you can understand easily. Imagine you have a small plant on your window. You water it today, but tomorrow you forget. Day after tomorrow, you remember and water it again. Is that plant going to die? No, it's going to grow. Not